This video has been brought to you by these veggie patties by Beyond Meat. They're pretty good, pretty solid. Don't eat meat, just beat it.
So, don't worry, we're gonna chop this up.
I know,
We'll keep talking.
it's okay.
What am I gonna say? And hey guys, welcome to the channel. I have my girlfriend Angie here with me, and as you could tell from these clips that we'll be showing in a bit, Angie has tried Jiu Jitsu, and she's going to share her experience so far. I mean, how long have you been training? Well, like 3-4 times?
Yeah, just 4 times.
4 times, and yes, I guess I just take it away on how you feel, like before, how you felt prior and during, and how you feel after.
I was kind of scared to try it out at first because I didn't really know much about Jiu Jitsu, and Josh invited me to try at his place before going to an actual gym, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. The warm-up kind of like got me though. I wasn't expecting it to be that intense.
Yeah.
I was really tired by the end of it, honestly.
The first one?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I didn't want to show it though, but like, you know, like when we were doing the what's this one?
The neck.
The neck
thing?
ones,
Oh,
and then like a lot of the
triangles.
and everything. I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I don't want to pass out.
Yeah.
And you were so into it, and yes, I just tried to hide that.
You know, this is all new to me too.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Then after the warm-ups, Josh taught me a bunch of new moves. A lot of submissions? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, submissions.
Submissions.
Sweeps.
Sweeps.
You haven't gone into guard passing yet, but we'll get into that eventually. Yeah, it is. Alright. Oh, you're in trouble now. Go ahead.
How am I doing?
Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. How do you feel after we train every time?
I'm more excited to actually roll and learn new moves. It's a lot of fun, and I didn't realize that there's a lot of careful tactical stuff that goes into Jiu-Jitsu. Like when you're just watching it, I kind of just think, you know, you're just going at it, but really there's a lot of careful details that you guys practice whenever you're doing any of your moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't realize that before.
Yeah, no, that's the cool part. Like, it's one thing watching it, it's another thing actually being in there. And yeah, it's definitely quite a different experience.
Ooh, what happened here? Oh, I didn't teach you this. Oh no! Yo, get away from me!
I know you're fairly active when it comes to like physical activities, like, you know, like you jog, you hike, right? You do a bit of dance. And the thing is, I was wondering if that, your stamina in terms of hiking, because it is kind of a long-term type thing versus like you being on the ground, it's definitely a lot different.
No, there's a lot of work that goes into it, because when I'm hiking or I'm running, like I feel fine because it's all my legs. But when you're on the ground and you're rolling, it's a lot of your core, right? And like everything else. And that's why it was very new to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I got tired real quick my first time actually, because I was just so, you know, I was just reacting to anything and everything, and I was panicking because, you know, it's not every day that another person is on top of you.
Yeah.
Just the feeling of like, oh, I'm feeling crushed, right? But once you are accustomed to that feeling, you know, the better you'll go, and like the more efficient you'll be with your energy and stuff like that. So that's what I learned.
Beautiful, yeah. Oh, there's a lot of space for me to trip out the side to side. Yeah. Whoa.
I thought it was really interesting when you described it as human chess, because I think that's a really good way to describe Jiu-Jitsu to people who might not know much about it and they think it's only another martial art where you just go at it. But like when you told me, oh, it's basically human chess, I think this was before I rolled, like actually rolled for the first time with you and your brother.
Right.
And you said it's just human chess and you just have to think like while like someone's on top of you,
Right.
like what to do next. Yeah.
Even when you're on top of them too, it's kind of like, okay, how do I, what, you know, there's just so much thinking into it.
What are you doing?
Like that's why I found it so appealing the first time we did it, because you know there's other martial arts that involve a lot of strength, speed, height, you know, and that's kind of something that most of us don't have, right? And
I'm really short, guys. Check out my anyways.
Yeah, so what was your thought process prior to joining? I know you felt a little nervous and you had your own fears of like getting hurt and stuff like that. Just
Oh no, yeah, I was really nervous.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
And I was worried that I wouldn't get it down right. Like I wouldn't understand jiu-jitsu in general. But then you kind of taught it to me like piece by piece, and then when we actually rolled, I kind of saw how the different types of sweeps and submissions and positions can all come together and you're taking down your opponent, or when they're taking me down.
Oh, where's the arm though? Oh, where's the arm though?
First impressions are everything when it comes to pretty much almost anything, you know, because you know you get one bad experience in something that you're already not comfortable with. It's like a very high chance that you want to go back to it. You got to get a good coach, right? Make sure he's good. Make sure he's good looking.
Yeah, he's good looking.
Make sure. I'm just kidding.
Check.
Yes. All right, that's 2 checks, guys.
Why no blades no?
Is there anything else that you want to say to somebody that might consider trying it out?
I would say try it out with someone that you're comfortable with, like a friend. I tried it out with Josh, and you were the one that taught me, and your brother too. We'll add him in there.
Yeah.
So I was really comfortable because for me, I was a little nervous about, you know, the idea of going into a classroom setting with people I don't know, and rolling and learning there and having people watch me. But I got to try it out with you, and that kind of helped ease all those nerves. So I feel more comfortable if I were to go into a classroom or, you know, like a gym setting with more people.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, everyone there is on a mission to like learn, right? And yeah, you might look a little foolish sometimes, but you know, who hasn't been there before, right? Like every black belt will tell you, like, hey, I've been there before. You know, they're just basically white belts that haven't quit, right? So it's just been an ongoing journey for them, and for them to look back on their journey and also to reflect it onto you guys, right? Just like how I'm kind of helping you out, because I am about 2 years in, just to like let you know, like, hey, I've been there before, I'm still struggling, right? We'll struggle together and like we'll grow from there, and then a new set of people can come in, and then you could tell them your story. And yeah, that's why I've been in this journey, right? And you're starting yours.
It's exciting.
Yeah, no,
Once you get over like the little bump of feeling nervous, then yeah, I get more excited now.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much the warm-up still. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah, no, there's a few things like, you know, you got push-ups, right? Jumping
Yeah.
jacks. What else
No,
do you
but
got
it's
there?
good for your body. It's good.
Yeah, all around, because you're doing maneuvers that your body's not used to, but it should be, just in
Yeah.
case you are in the street and happen to find yourself
Oh,
on
yeah.
the floor. So yeah, it's definitely a necessity, I think, in my opinion. I
I
guess
think it just takes time. I think I'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they'll tell you jiu-jitsu is a long journey, and to master something or anything in general, it's like a 10,000 hour rule, right? For you to practice, and then you'll nail it, and you'll become really good at it, right? So, yeah, that's gonna do it. Is there anything else you want to say?
Don't be scared to try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't be scared to try, you guys. So yeah, this is Angie. You'll see more of her within the vlogs coming up. Thanks, guys. Be sure to subscribe. We have another channel. We're calling it Joshxjitsu for now. Or I have a sneaker channel as well, so look into those 3. Yes. All right, thanks, guys.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.